What's up, guys? I'm just here to say that we should be nicer to each other. The world, the internet is just so full of toxicity. Not a lot of people can really work with that. Not a lot of people can feel comfortable with themselves, truly. I am, but also I'm not one of those people that are affected by this toxicity. Cause by no means do I have thick skin. Believe it or not, I'm kind of a sensitive person. Whenever I'm faced with any sort of pressure, it affects me and it kills me so much on the inside, but I barely show it, because if you show it, I think that's like when you're truly letting it take over you. You should never let the pressure take over you and the nervousness, but you should acknowledge it. The best way of doing that is obviously just faking it till you make it. That's something I've usually done. Also, another thing that helps me, get through toxicity, just like people I don't want to deal with in general, is simply just not interacting. As someone who does like talking a little bit, I tend to avoid situations because I just feel like I don't want to talk to this person. And I just know the effects of toxicity. I know what it does to me. I know what I can and cannot handle. So therefore, I have the ability to identify who I am willing and not willing to talk to. Now, internet toxicity, been here for a while, forever, pretty much forever. But I feel like it's really amplified on the internet because, you're behind a screen and it's way easier to feel comfortable in the things that you say when someone's not really directly looking at you in your eyes, or they don't know you, they can't really point you out in a crowd of people unless you get doxxed or something. And it just turned into like a huge thing. People are just overly comfortable and they say things, even if they sound stupid, they just say things that will affect people no matter how dumb it is. I feel like it always ends up affecting someone. Even me. Sometimes when I'm reading comments that are not even directed towards like a demographic, like I don't fall under the demographic, but whenever I see someone like criticizing a group of people that genuinely haven't done anything that bad, I feel a little bad. And I put myself in their shoes and I'm like, I couldn't imagine being oppressed like this. That's why I like to steer away from like I do have online friends, but I used to go on Discord servers back in the day, maybe in like middle school, and I used to like actually want to talk to people. I was kind of thirsty back then, but like I kind of just wanted to talk to girls, low-key. It was really hard to find anyone to really talk to because everyone had their established groups within the servers. There would be people that would dog on you for like doing absolutely nothing. And sorry for the noise. This room is not really, I don't know. If there's any noise that comes through, my apologies. This room isn't very soundproof. The walls are definitely thinner. All the rooms are very close in proximity, so can't do much about that. But yeah. Making friends on Discord servers is definitely not the way to go. Even if you have, yeah, I guess you can. It's not impossible, but it's definitely not fun. Sometimes trying to wiggle your way into those established friend groups, you're asking to get dicked on. But usually how I approach it, I'm just like very kind of nonchalant. I'm not okay, not in like a corny way. I'm just like, it's like I don't care whether or not I make friends here. I'm just trying to talk to people, and if we become friends, then it's whatever. It happens. Whatever happens. My experiences in Discord servers, they were very, it's like it's so consistent that you can't really deny that it's not good to make online friends. Not that good in Discord servers, at least. So, number one takeaway so far in this video is not to make friends on Discord servers because they also never last. I've met people on like video games, and I think meeting people on video games is better because there's more interaction there. If you're playing a competitive game, you're kind of like working with them. It's easier to warm up to someone who's giving you comms and like supporting you rather than someone who's just kind of cold, distant, hard to approach because they're always talking with other people in the Discord servers. And yeah, never also, I guess if you try to defy me and go into a Discord server to make friends, at least don't go in an active one because the active ones are full of the most assholes. Toxicity also shows a lot in music and underground. I hear a lot of shitters not shitters, but just a lot of people that I don't find very tasteful. Their music tastes, the people's music tastes and these artists, they're not that good. But then people overhype it, so it makes me want to hate it even more. And I don't really want to do that, but it really just comes to the point where I just freaking hate it. I like, cause like I start off with like disliking it, but then I really hate it because of the people that support it or the people that glaze it. I think people just need to be more open-minded, because you need to really listen to what you're listening to and really think about it from a different perspective. Because there's no shot that this artist, this rapper that you listen to with like crazy auto-tune talking on the beat with blasting 808s, there you kind of have to like realize that this is conventionally shit. This is objectively shit to some people. I'm not saying that it's complete garbage, you shouldn't listen to it at all, but you have to have an open mind, you know? I think that's what a lot of people in like the underground scene miss out on. They don't have an open mind. They're very closed-minded. So they will like an artist of this certain style and they will not open up to anything else. And it's really hard to get across with them, you know? Because I feel like music is one of those things that are like very important in like relationships. Music is just something that exists, but it's so important. It feels necessary, like water. Like if you don't have a certain music taste, you're kind of alienated from the rest of the people in your community. And so I feel like to really get along with someone, you kind of have to have like some sort of agreement on what music you guys find good. Because usually I think I'm an pretty open-minded person. My friends don't really have that crazy of music tastes, so I'm able to like tolerate it pretty well. You know, I guess it's just easier for me to, you know, get along with most people with different music tastes. It's more important than you think, you know? Like you don't realize until the conversation is brought up and you're like, "Oh, you like this type of music? Oh, wow, that's kind of icky. I don't really like that shit." And yeah, there you know, obviously in most things, in almost everything, there's exceptions, you know? You don't have to like the same music as somebody and not be friends with them because they don't have the same music taste as you, or you guys just generally don't agree on what's good and what's bad. I think it feels very important, you know, to like have that connection. You got to have an open mind. That's something that I feel like a lot of people, because like in TikTok comment sections you see it a lot, or like any social media comment section, you have people defending artists, people going against artists, and it's just a whole bunch of bullshit. Because then you listen to the artists that they're referring to and they turn out to be like so mid, and they're defending this person with all their life, but it's really not that good. And they're like being very dramatic, you know, calling them slurs and shit over an artist that's mid as hell. I think what I am not really drawn to is the repetitiveness of some of the artists that I've heard. It's really just like the 808s and the auto-tune. Yeah, there are some hits. Even if I listen to them and I really fuck with them, it's not like it's like the greatest thing I've ever heard, you know? And people really be fighting over the wrong things. That's really what sparks these sort of conversations and these interactions. People don't know what they're talking about. People don't know what they're fighting for. So they're kind of just going into these arguments with nothing. They're going into a gunfight with a sheet of paper. And then it creates a bunch of discourse, unnecessary discourse about art and shit and music. I wish people in general just had more of an open mind. You know, it's really not that hard. Like I remember like recently, by the time I'm recording this, I like maybe a day ago, the Blackboy Max and the OJ Suave thing came up. OJ Suave was kind of like really getting up in his business. Like I think I understand what he was trying to say. Like Blackboy Max is already a big personality. He doesn't need to do anything else to just for more fame. That's the part I kind of see what he's saying there. But he was really like talking about his parents and stuff that was very unnecessary, calling him a demon, and it was just like very uncomfortable. And obviously Blackboy Max, he went off to the side, started crying, and talked about like did a sort of like motivational segment where he was saying like, be yourself, don't care about what others think. It's good to do that, but I just wish in a more ideal world people would just like see that we're all people, you know? We're just all human. We have different ideas and different tastes, But at the end of the day, there's no reason to be toxic like that. There's no reason to hate on somebody for, whatever. Because I always feel like there's gray area. Like, I say that like, to have a good relationship, you there kind of has to be a connection in, like, music. Well, I don't disagree with what I said, but I also, like, there's a lot of exceptions. There's exceptions in a lot of opinions, or in every opinion matter. Or no, not really. There's just some objectively correct ones, but there will be a lot of exceptions and gray area in a lot of talk, in a lot of arguments, which is why there's the argument in the first place. They're kind of arguing two sides, but then there can also be, like, that blend right here. That's kind of like pussy shit a little bit. Like, you don't want to be enemies with this person or this person, so you're just kind of in the middle. So you're kind of like, you're kind of finding the easy way out. You're bitching, but that's just how I like to live, low key. I don't like to have problems with a lot of people, and so I just try to find the gray area and find a place where we could all agree on something. It's just more ideal, low cortisol moments. That's just the ideal lifestyle. That's where I'd like to live. What else is there to talk about music? So I said music was important for relationships, for forming them, for maintaining them. Music is very toxic, especially maybe not mostly or especially in the underground. It does happen in mainstream, like for Drake and shit. But I see most of, like, the worst arguments come from the underground. Because usually it's just a bunch of kids kind of going under other people's wings and being like, oh, this is my friend. I'm going to say what they say because I listen to the same music as them and they're probably right. Even though I don't think for myself. It just becomes a bunch of unnecessary BS. And I hate unnecessary BS. I hate when I'm talking about something with someone and they ask, like, the most unnecessary question to, like, something I answered, like, milliseconds ago. I just don't care to elaborate. I don't really like elaborating on things that I really don't think are necessary. So I will low-key just leave it. People will get, like, bewildered, and I really don't care. Like, if you're that slow, there's no saving you. There's no helping you. But I'm kind of getting off topic. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. But music. Another thing I wanted to talk about is, like, burger music. Burger music is an interesting thing. At first, what I thought burger music was the very lyrical, political rap sort of thing. And I know people that listen to it, so I can't really. It feels not right of me to hate on it. But obviously, it's not very listenable. It's very in your face about it, and sometimes that can be enjoyable, but at the same time, it's just not. At the end of the day, people usually listen to music just to, chill out, vibe out, and listen to a tune that they enjoy. When you're hearing all these, like, graphic political lyrics and bars, it's just weird. It's like when like for all the young folk out there, which is probably all of you ever have, like, an older relative or just, like, a random old person, like, come up to you and just they're talking with you, and then it ends up going into something like their political views or, like, outlandish views, like it's something that they're trying to get to convince you something. I don't like trying to get convinced because I can usually see through it most of the time, and it eventually gets very uncomfortable. I don't really care about what you think about this sort of thing because it's just not something I dabble in. And obviously politics, they're very important. I feel very behind when it comes to politics. I just can't really get behind that, and it's just not interesting to me. So this lyrical rap, I just want to hear music about being a badass, I just want to hear people that's not too obviously on one side about something, I just want to hear something good, something positive, but then also something nice to listen to. So yeah, that's what I thought burger music was. But then eventually there was that one guy who would react to that one, like, lyrical rapper, the guy with the Joker guy, the Daz guy, I forgot his name. Starts with a D though. He started calling him a burger. And then yeah, so that's why I thought that's what burger music was. And then in the comment sections on everywhere else, I started seeing that word more. So now burger music was just any music that people thought was bad, and it just lost its value, it lost its meaning. The guy was funny and all. The guy who reacted, like, his reactions were very entertaining, but he'd started something that can never be reverse. Now, I don't know if I've never searched it up on like Urban Dictionary or whatever, but that's just what I really thought burger music was just this one thing. So if it's another thing, then my bad. But burger music really just turned into like anything, bro. You could literally call anything burger music now. And then people started calling, obviously, if you're tapped in like that, you would know that people would call Slayer's music burger music. And it's very weird because people just hear his music and hear that it's different and just decide that it's terrible. And me personally, I really fuck with Slayer's music. Like I remember hearing and watching the Holding music video in my video production class. Like I was just watching YouTube randomly, and that was like, it was like I was blown away because I think I've heard like, whispers of his name, the internet and stuff, but I didn't get to hear or see it for myself, and I never was interested in it because at the time the underground was kind of very like, to me it felt very repetitive. Like most of the songs in there, most of the artists, they kind of just had like a similar voice, obviously not the exact same, but they were very similar and it just felt boring to me. But then when I heard Slayer's, like obviously Slayer's, it did kind of have that same sort of vibe, that same sort of similar vibe to all the other underground folk. It had something different. Like Holding obviously is a melodic song, which is something I didn't really expect from the underground until I heard Pretty Fun. But I didn't expect it because obviously at the time I wasn't tapped in like that. From what I knew, it just blew me away, I really felt the passion in it. Like it was life-changing. Like dead ass. Like I heard it for the first time, I'm like, wow, I didn't know people in the underground care about music like this. And then he dropped Half Blood, and that shit was epic. Honestly, I don't listen. Okay, like his music was good for like a certain amount of time. I just can't find a time. Like I just can't find a perfect time for me to listen to his music nowadays. Like obviously they're good, but I like to listen to songs if they're matching my vibe in the moment. If I'm just feeling like it. Usually if I listen to songs, it's if I'm really feeling like it, if I'm really into it. And then it becomes like it becomes an era, I remember a bunch of like, I used to listen to Pilt Chamberlain, Kenpachi back in like freshman, sophomore year. And so listening to it now, even though it was like a year or two ago, is just so nostalgic. But then once it's nostalgic, I can't listen to it. Like I can listen to it, but it's not easy for some reason. Like it's like the memories like my brain doesn't want me to tap in back to those old memories. It's like my brain's restricting me, like, you've listened to this so many times in the past. What are you doing? You should listen to something else because this is not something that entertains me anymore. But yeah, I don't know. If people are calling Slayer's music burger music, which I guess now is essentially just bad music, I don't know, bro. We must be cooked. The toxicity has gone to a point where just people are getting too comfortable in their opinions, where they're just spewing absolute nonsense and they think it's right because a bunch of people back it up. And the bandwagon effect is so fucking real and it's so annoying. I do think I fall under that sometimes. Like if there's ever like an opinion on something, I kind of hop on it. I kind of hop on the bandwagon, but it's not for no reason. When I do feel like I'm hopping on the bandwagon, I do have reason. Like I do watch a lot of videos on the topic, I guess. I try to get immersed in it before I can really form my own opinion. Even if my own opinion's already established based on the first few videos I saw, I still try to like, because there always has to be a reason to things. Everything has an origin. I'm just trying to understand things. As much as I like to try to understand things, I feel kind of behind. Like when I was talking about politics earlier, I feel really behind. I feel really behind in terms of like humor on the internet, because like I don't know why, but it feels like more recently recently like a few months, but like in the past few years, toxicity on the internet has become like a wide like humor thing. And I really like it is funny to like hear someone just get like shit on in like a open game chat, maybe like Fortnite Creative or Call of Duty. I do enjoy watching those sort of clips. But then when it happens to you, like obviously I don't get bullied like that, but like being annoying and it just became something that everyone wanted to do. And so that bandwagon is what kind of, it really icked me. It made me it made school give me the ick now because everyone is just trying to be the who can be the most annoying, class clown. And even people, I hear like the actual class clowns say class clown like they're being like satire or something, but they always do it so consistently to the point where it's like, yeah, we get it, man. You're obviously trying to cover it up because I don't know. I guess you see now that people are trying to they're starting to turn on you because you're being annoying, and now you're trying to turn it into something like, oh, I was just joking, you guys. But yeah, that's like, it's the bandwagon effect and the Schrodinger's idiot. They both really go hand to hand, and I hate seeing like people that fall under those. Yeah, it's just become a big joke to be toxic, I guess, and I haven't really caught up with that, And I don't really plan on catching up with that. It just seems stupid. It just seems so dumb. Like, they really drag it, I don't like when people like drag on a joke for too long, because then it just doesn't get funny anymore. Maybe if you're on the receiving end, yeah, it gets old. Because like I've been on the, what is it, the giving, the receiving side and the giving side. I know the word is like in the back of my mind, but I just can't think about it. But if I'm on like the giving end, then yeah, I've been in that situation before. It is like, it feels fun. It feels fun to do. But like in a more serious, or like not serious, but in a setting where you want to be more serious, like in school. So me personally, I kind of take school seriously because my mom will literally take everything away from me if I don't get like good grades. So I don't really have a choice. But it's like I don't know. It just feels like a moral obligation for me to just be serious and try hard at school. That's just what I do, man. I want to try hard. But then when you have all these people trying to be, the next big thing in your fucking math class, then it's really hard to focus and dial in and just not be bothered by it. And obviously, I don't outwardly express it. I feel like that's a little, like, obviously it's not corny to stand up for yourself, but it feels if you were to do that, it really feels like you're like in a Disney movie scene where you're standing up to the bully, and it feels so like cringy. So obviously I'm not going to do all that. That would make even more of a scene than them just doing their own thing. So I just do my own thing, mind my own business, and I still end up with good grades, so it doesn't really matter to me. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like how toxic we've become, guys. We should just be more open-minded and nice and learn to put ourselves in other people's shoes. Cuz like, I just don't want to deal with that much anymore. And obviously it's going to be here to stay, but I just want to see less of it, I want to enjoy life. Like, I don't want to hate life. Obviously I don't hate it now, but I don't want to have to, like, I don't want to get to that point ever. Also a little life update. I was trying to do my driver's license test, but apparently I applied wrong, and I was supposed to take it today. I think I applied for like a license appointment rather than the test. So I'm not going to be able to take it today, but I'll be able to take it next week because I scheduled my thing like correctly this time. And yeah, and also my dad got me some cool clothes. I have a pair of sweats. I have a pair of sweats and 2 pairs of jorts, which I've never had. I haven't worn like shorts out other than like my sweat jorts. I haven't worn anything like that, like denim jorts. I haven't worn anything like that ever, I don't think, like outside. So this is gonna be a different experience. I know I'll look good in it, Yeah, and also got a pair of shoes over there. I'm gonna show y'all actually. Here's just one of them. Oh shit! They feel very comfy. But yeah. Another part of my life update. There has been this part of the video. This is gonna be like a more serious thing. Not serious. This whole situation really doesn't bother me at all. I'm like, it's at the very least, it's entertaining to me. Like, I just find a lot of fun in this. Maybe not, actually, maybe not. It does kind of get annoying a little bit, but I'm mostly having fun, I'd say. But basically, there has been this person that I've been leaving undelivered, and but it's not anything personal, I don't really leave people undelivered because I hate them or I despise them. I just don't feel like talking. I'm sorry I don't address that. I don't like specifically say that. I just don't want to talk to you. I feel like the maturity level of this person, I can't depend on this person's maturity to even receive what I just said, you know? Like, no matter what, I feel like they're gonna act up either way because of how mature they are, or immature, I should say. Basically, this is a silly story. Again, let me say it. I'm not pressed about the situation at all, but I do want to address it because I just thought it would make a good video, and also my life's kind of boring, so like this is one of the only times that I actually have some motion, some action. So this person, they're very much younger than I am. I don't know why they take it so personally, or I guess it's like the emotional, you know, maturity levels that cause them to be so like passionate about whatever's happening. But I'm leaving them undelivered because I just don't feel like talking to people sometimes. Eventually, I get a number, an anonymous number that's texting me. And now, before I get even further, if you are getting other people to talk to me about a issue that you have with me, I do not respect you. I lose every single bit of respect for you. Like, obviously I won't be weird in person. That's not how you deal with a situation like this. And you obviously need to focus on something else if this is what it comes to. Now, obviously, I haven't gotten any text messages since then. In this story, I will be telling you about 2 anonymous people along with the person that sent them. It's really weird because, oh my god, I think there was something in that water. Okay, anyways, I need to pee, I think. Nah, I'm gonna hold it. So yeah, this person, they're not that very mature. They took it too close to home for whatever reason. I don't know. If you're willing to tell me that reason and grow a pair, then go ahead, tell me. I don't really care. But like, just give me a reason why this is happening to me. But obviously, for these 2 messages, or these 2 numbers that were texting me, I only took screenshots of the second person because this sort of stuff doesn't. Yeah, I barely deal with stuff like this at all. I didn't feel like I needed to take the screenshots because I thought it was just gonna be a one-time thing. But at the same time, I feel like I should have, because that also gives me more evidence to what I'm saying now. It's whatever. It's not that big of a situation. Yeah, so I don't have evidence for the first part, at least. Basically, the anonymous text from the first person started with, I forgot actually. Oh yeah, it started with them editing a clip of me from my most recent video talking about when I was gooning with and my ex and stuff. And I feel like it was like supposed to like make me feel bad about it or something. like a joke against me. It was formatted like the meme where it's like there's 4 characters in a row and then there's a check mark and a ding 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 ding, and then on the fourth one there's like a siren and it's like an X. So outdated, by the way. But they opened up with that. First of all, just to like let you in on what I'm thinking right now in that moment. So basically, I just got this anonymous message from a random person, but they showed me this video about me. So obviously, they may or may not follow my either TikTok or Instagram accounts. So my belief is that they know me from Instagram, because a lot of my school friends follow me on Instagram than TikTok. And what gives me more like reason to believe that this is someone from school is that the area code, it is the same as the area code that a lot of my other friends have that also live in that area. So I'm to believe that this person that's anonymously texting me, what I thought, at least in the beginning, I thought this person was a classmate or friend of mine that is mutual with someone I'm closer with. So I was thinking it was like someone who I talked to in class, but I've never gotten their number before. And they were just like, you know, dogging on me just for fun, you know? Because like usually if you're a content creator and your stuff gets out in school, that's kind of bound to happen. You're kind of bound to get made fun of. So that's what I thought. I thought it was someone I was more familiar with. So therefore, I opened up with a very questionable, a very out of pocket text, but I really expected it was someone I knew, so I thought it would be okay. And I thought it was a dude, first of all. I thought I was a dude. So what I open up with, I hope it would be very satirical, you know? But basically, I open up, I'm gonna see if I can pull it up. I open up with this. sending the picture or the photo of it, I actually texted it. So it obviously not a good look on me, but I genuinely thought this was someone I was like acquaintanced with, you know? And usually my acquaintances at school, they're pretty chill with me. I feel like I can be out of pocket with them. So I thought this would be, you know, fine. But it turns out this person that sent these two people to text me, they're younger. They're like a few years younger than me. So obviously they were a bit uncomfortable with me saying this. And so basically what had happened was they basically, what they said next is they said that, sir, I'm a minor. And I'm like, oh shit, my bad, minor. I thought it was a joke too at first. I thought them saying I'm a minor, because I feel like that's like something like my friends would joke about, like, oh, I'm a minor, can't say shit like that to me, bro. I didn't really, I said my bad, but I feel like that wasn't very genuine. And I didn't say it very genuinely because I thought I was familiar with this person. As the more we texted, the more they started like interrogating me. Like they asked me about my animations, you know. They specifically talked about the Halloween one where the witch's boobs came out. And first of all, to address it, I put that there because I wanted to learn jiggle physics. I like boobs and it matches with the song. They were like, I guess trying to intimidate me, make me uncomfortable. I was just trolling, bro. I wasn't really like taking it that seriously. It was just all fun and games for me. But they just kept interrogating me and stuff like that. And it was like very weird. I eventually closed with, I'm not really trying to talk to you anymore. If it's, I'm gonna block you if it's cool. And then I blocked them. I thought that would be the end of it. Like, you know, I forgot to mention in the first person's text messages, they asked me something about like, why are you leaving people undelivered and stuff like that. And I'm assuming because they took the clip of the video, I'm assuming they watched that and they heard me talk about like leaving people undelivered in that one small part of the video. And I pretty much like self-reported because I didn't really have any, I didn't reveal my reason to leave people undelivered at that time. I guess this person and the two other people, I'm gonna say, I need to give them names. The main person that I'm leaving undelivered, I'm gonna call the person that I've been leaving undelivered Zombie. The first person that was texting me, the anonymous number, I'm gonna name him Sheep. And then the very last person, I'm gonna call them Alex. And I'm Steve, but I'm not gonna call myself Steven. I kind of just wanted to flex that on y'all, but basically, I'm already forgetting the characters. Okay, so 1, 2. What was I gonna say? I fucking forgot. Okay. So I'm assuming that one or all of them have seen the video, and based off that, they're getting angry at me for leaving Zombie undelivered. It's just really weird because first of all, we're all young. We have lives to live right now. We have to figure ourselves out right now. And you're wasting your time on something that's really not even worth it. Me, I'm not a person you should waste your time on. Boring as hell. I don't do anything besides animate. It's really not worth it at all. So after Sheep texted me, I blocked them, you know, and then I expected nothing to happen after that. And then like a week, or not even a week, maybe a few days later. No, actually, maybe it was a week. Alex had the next anonymous number. Alex, you know, this Alex, by the way. Alex had texted me, and basically they opened up with, I'm gonna show the screenshots on screen. I'm also gonna read them right here actually, but I'm gonna edit them on screen. They basically opened up, you know, brother, who is this? And I don't know why you're asking me who this is when you're literally the one who texted me first. I feel like I should be asking that. Obviously, I'm not taking it seriously. I'm saying ayo sus, chill ayo, and they're trying to call me 12 when they're literally like fucking 14 or something. And I'm like, you know, I'm being very evasive, not trying to answer their questions very clearly, but I did get nervous because they are not nervous, but I did like, you know, serious. I locked in for a second when they asked me when they tell me, and you ask for from 14-year-old girls. What? Now, first of all, you can't even say that because I didn't even know this person was 14 years old. I was expecting it was someone, a dude, not even a girl. I thought it was a dude my age texting me about my video, making jokes and just wanting to have fun. So obviously I opened up with that, by the way. I wasn't having a conversation and then I'm like, oh, you're or something like that. Whatever the meme was. What did it say? Oh yeah, it said we weren't having a conversation and I didn't just say out of nowhere, okay, Simon said show me your pussy. I said that in the very beginning as an opening. So obviously it was not something I was like actually interested. They kept asking me why am I asking for puss, you know? And they keep asking me like I legitimately want it. Like it's so obviously a joke. And I say, how was I supposed to know that, you know? Like I thought it was a school friend and I keep saying that. They're saying I made that video. Oh, so cool, man. They're like, nah, don't change the topic, Pop. I know you're fucking Latino Mexican. You know what I think about Mexicans. Nah, I'm just playing.
Y'all niggas is broke. Y'all niggas is bums. Y'all niggas ain't getting no bread.
And they're like telling me to be reasonable. I don't know why they're lecturing me about something. And they're like 3 to 4 years younger than me. It's wild. I literally don't know what else to tell them. Like to explain myself, there's nothing much for me to say other than I thought it was someone from school. And so I just said that. And they're lecturing me, telling me like, oh, you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to do this, do that. Where's your shame? And it's like, I don't have any shame for you because I don't know. I mean, you know, obviously I had a guess of who it was. But like, why bring shame into this? I'm clearly joking. And they're asking me like, they're telling me, what, come on, gang, you're what, 15, 16? And it's so dumb because like, why are you asking my age when if you know my video, which actually I have a theory, Zombie has been probably stalking my TikTok and my Instagram. You know, they've probably been doing that. Because obviously when you share a number with someone and you share a contact with somebody, TikTok or Instagram is eventually going to suggest their account to you. So I assume that Zombie found my account through that. They just showed it to all their friends and then became to this. So why are you asking me my age if my age is clearly in both of my bios? So yeah, I was saying my friends follow me on Instagram and they're like, that's irrelevant. The fact you asked a random person for a puss, like, bro, it's a joke. It's literally a joke. I don't know what else to say. They're like, you could have asked for anything else, but you chose that. What am I gonna ask? Why would I need to ask? Why would I genuinely need to ask a stranger for anything? Why would I need to like ask them for like, am I gonna ask for groceries? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And they're like, I get you're joking around, but no, you don't get that I'm joking because you're obviously trying to make it seem like it's something else when it's clearly not. They say it's kind of backwards that I don't have shame for someone I don't know, but like they're really trying to like paint me as like this like a terrible like fucking pedophile. I was like, yeah, whatever. I thought it was funny. And then I asked them who it is, and they say, you know, Gideon, because they're fucking 14, and it's so funny. And I'm like, yeah. And I ended up with a joke. And then I blocked them without telling them this time. After all that, I was really dumbfounded. Because what I did, leaving you undelivered, it's not that serious, man. It was gonna happen to you eventually. Like, not everyone's gonna want to respond to you. And especially me. I'm the most boring but busy person ever. Because, you know, animation, it's a very time consuming thing. So I'm doing my animation and other shit. And so I'm not going to respond. And I was also moving. I was also like moving all my stuff like to this new house. So it was just, it's not something you have no reason to be mad about that. Like at all. No reason. It really just like, obviously this person's a kid. They don't have the mental maturity. They don't have the maturity to even comprehend what's okay about me leaving them undelivered. Like, obviously, it's not okay, but it should be tolerated because it's really not that serious. I guess the main thing to take away from this is live your life, okay? You have no reason to, like how I was talking about toxicity earlier. People are so worried about the wrong things. So if you get too tunnel vision, too worried about the wrong things, you're literally wasting your time. When you're wasting your time and you're wasting like your energy and emotions and passion on this, okay, obviously, okay, actually, hold on, let me say something real quick because I really don't understand it. Because if it means so much to you that you're telling other, like, I don't get, like, in general, if you're telling other people to text a person that you don't want to confront yourself, then do you really care about the situation? Like, I'm making it seem like Zombie cares about the situation, but at the same time, do they really care? You know, do they really care? Because obviously they don't care enough to talk to me straight up. Like, even if it's on text, at least you're the one texting me, not these other two people. So I don't understand what the issue is. So, hey, Zombie could or could not care about the situation as much as me, you know? I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe Zombie just doesn't care at all and they're just having fun. But like they're obviously like trying to make something happen. They're trying to start something. And it's like so weird. You're actually so weird. But then Zombie also probably does care about this because I left them undelivered. So they do have a reason to, you know, be a little angry about the situation, but it was never anything personal. I don't know. I guess I just, when I ghost someone or I leave them undelivered, I do it for a while. Like, nothing in me wants to change anything about what I'm doing unless it's like a long time skip. So I'm basically leaving this person undelivered for a while. I am sorry, but I'm also not sorry at all. Just I would be more sorry if none of this ever happened. If you didn't like share it with like your friends and stuff, then this situation didn't have to be addressed. But basically, focus on you, man. Literally just focus on you. You have no reason. I have no business being a big issue in your life. You have no business making this a bigger issue than it needs to be. And obviously it's not humongous, you know. It's not like they fucking reported me to the police or anything. It's just so weird. Why would you like, and they're acting like, what really caught me off guard, I guess, or like rereading it, at least it caught me off guard, is Alex asking me who this is. You should know who this is, okay? You should know who this is. Like, and you're the one who texted me. Why are you confronting me and asking me who I am? How are you gonna confront someone you don't even know? I'm assuming Zombie is kind of like forcing this on Alex and Sheep, maybe. But also Alex and Sheep care enough about their friend to kind of help them out, I guess. Dude, just in life, this goes to all of you, just focus on what's more important. If you have a sliver of doubt and hesitation on and ask yourself why this is even worth it, then don't pursue it. If you have no confidence at all in pursuing something, then you don't deserve to even think about it. You shouldn't even be like considering what to do next, because it's just going to be something that's of no substance, you know. It's not gonna, nothing good is gonna come out of it. Hey, I don't really care if you text me again. That just makes another video and I'm fine with that. But yeah, that's the life update. And it is what it is, bro. If you're mad, if you're still upset, if you're still affected by what I did, I really don't care. I genuinely do not care at all. I don't give a shit, okay? It's, you know, you just have to tell yourself it is what it is. You know, if I don't feel like texting someone, like I don't even text my friends that often. So what makes you think I'm gonna text you that much? You know, I don't text my friends a lot. Like, actually, I hope you could take something good away from this. Even the viewers, not even the person I'm addressing, like even the viewers. I hope you can take something from this. If there's ever a situation where you seem to be pretty affected by this certain thing and you're considering to confront someone or something about something that bothers you, really ask yourself, what could come from this? Would good come from this? What are you looking forward to? What are you looking forward to achieve from this if you were to confront it? Because if you have no end goal, in this, you're essentially wasting your time. Obviously, we're all young. I'm assuming no one over the age of like 20 is watching my videos. We're all young. So we have better things to focus on right now. We're all growing up. And to grow up is not just physically growing up, you know, getting a car, getting a house, moving out. It's finding who you are and building a character that everyone can respect. Because you're going to build relationships and you're just going to be a more functional person in society. And why would you not want to do that, you know? Like, genuinely. Just work on yourself, bro. If you work on yourself, maybe then we could look forward to a less toxic future, okay? Maybe we can, you know, we can work together to make something better. And things don't have to be as serious as you make it. You know, there's like the whole placebo effect with like awkwardness. I feel like awkward situations happen a lot less than people think, because people like, I feel like situations are only awkward when someone addresses it. Like if like, I hate when like something that like mildly awkward happens and then I look over to someone that I expect to react to it and they're like making a weird face, or like making a weird face to their friend. And I'm like, it's really not that big of a deal. Yeah, just don't be that person. Don't overreact. But basically, scratch that. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, we're all very young. We're at a point where it's unnecessary to take things too seriously. Just live your life. You've heard this many times. I'm just reminding you. Live your life. It's not worth it at all to get upset over something that will end up not fixing anything. If you can't fix it in the end, if you don't see any vision where this situation ends up in a better place, then don't do anything. Just ignore it, you know? We didn't have Wi-Fi in this house for a while, and I was kind of pissed. And also, this video kind of like, I kind of struggled to get it out low-key. This is like my third time recording, and the first time I recorded this video was like a week ago. And it was originally just going to be on toxicity, but until that number thing happened, I knew I just had to make a video, or I had to address it at least. But yeah, I think the life update took over the main video. I feel like I do better when I'm talking about an actual situation than like talking about what I want from the video. Like the toxicity part, I feel like there was less substance with that rather than the real life story. And I think that's an obvious thing. I feel you're obviously gonna feel like you have more to say about something that like first you've experienced firsthand. But I've also experienced like toxicity firsthand, but I don't experience it that much. So it was kind of hard for me to like convey what I'm trying to say. And I hope to get better at this thing, you know. I really like talking to the camera because I feel like it just feels more comfortable for me talking to the camera. I know I have friends and people that I can talk to, but I feel like they won't receive it in a way that I want them to. That sounds a little selfish, but I also just want to get my point across in a better way. And this is the better way for me because I can like take my time with what I'm saying. Even if I have to edit a lot, I really don't care. I've been editing for like fucking a year and it's easy as fuck. Hopefully I can get better at this. And yeah, also, I want to say one extra thing I want to say about, what was it? I think it was Sheep, the first anonymous number that texted me, Sheep. Basically, they were like interrogating me. Like, yeah, they were like telling me about a bunch of personal stuff. Like, I guess to freak me out. Like, I don't know if you could see in the back. That's like that's my sparring gear for Taekwondo. And so I do that, and then I do animation, and then I do my videos. So I guess I feel like they were trying to freak me out a little bit. They were like saying all this sort of stuff, and they eventually told me that they were asking me about my looks, or like they were talking to me about my looks, and and in the end, basically they called me chopped. And I'm like, there's no way this 14-year-old just told me that I'm chopped. I know damn well I'm not chopped. I've been looking at myself in the mirror recently. I look good, bro. I look fucking pretty as shit. Definitely prettier than whoever's talking to me. I know you're ugly as fuck. Yeah, I know you're ugly. There's a reason why you're just texting me. You're so comfortable with talking to me about it. That's the thing, bro. People are too comfortable over their fucking devices, bro. But yeah, I know you're fugly as shit. I'm way prettier than you, and it's not even, there's no competition, by the way. That was just like the most ridiculous part, but it was it was just funny to me. But yeah, believe in yourself, focus on yourself, believe that you are pretty, believe that you're handsome, believe that you can get through whatever you're going through with ease and confidence. And yeah, that's the video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.